So I know every year I get on here and say, wow, this upcoming year has so many huge blockbusters. And so I don't want to do that again, but on the other hand, this upcoming year does have so many huge blockbusters. Like, it feels like more than usual. Is that just me? It was harder this year to put together this list than it usually is. Anyway, if you don't know what this is, every year I talk about which films I think are going to be the top 10 biggest earners at the worldwide box office next year. Usually I'm okay at it. Just so you know, this year I won't be including how much money I think each film will make. Specifically, I just don't feel like it adds that much to the video, and I didn't want to do it. So, without further ado, let's get into it. First up at number 10 is Hobbs and Shaw. Now normally, a Fast and Furious film would be higher on the list, given this franchise's billion-dollar potential these days. But this is a spin-off, so I'm thinking it's going to be a bit smaller. Still, I imagine it's going to make the top 10 because A, it is still part of that franchise, and people all around the world love these films. B, it's starring Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham, both of whom are very charismatic, and usually do quite well at the box office. And C, it's shaping up to be a really good, fun action film, which people just enjoy, and that will help with word of mouth. So yeah, I've got high hopes for this one, both fun-wise and box office-wise. Next at number 9 is The Secret Life of Pets 2. Illumination's back at it in 2019. Their films almost always do really well at the box office, and I'm expecting this might be a kind of Despicable Me 2 situation. The only reason I don't have this higher is because I haven't heard a lot of buzz about this film, even though they released some trailers. But, especially in the case of kids' films, I think even without online buzz, they still have huge potential. I think most people somewhat enjoyed the first one, or were indifferent to it. I thought it was kind of fun, better than a lot of other Illumination stuff. But I can definitely picture parents being like, oh, hey, I remember my kid liked that movie a few years ago. Let's go see the second one. Also again, Illumination, if nothing else, knows how to market a film, if sometimes slightly obnoxiously. Coming in at number 8 is Detective Pikachu. It kind of surprised me how big the trailer for this was, but I guess it shouldn't have, because Pokemon is huge, and most people love it or have some nostalgia for it. Also, it's a pretty well-cut trailer, showing off all the crazy Pokemon of the world that everyone probably loves. I don't know, I never got into Pokemon as a kid. But even I was watching it and thinking, hey, that looks kind of fun. So I think not only will this have the huge Pokemon fanbase behind it, but possibly also the mainstream movie-going public, which will all lead to it being pretty big. Then at number 7, I've got Jumanji 2. Which yeah, it's a surprise to me too that it's this high on the list. And you know what? I might look kind of foolish down the line if the hype for this one doesn't match the first, because I think that's a very real possibility. But the new Jumanji made nearly $1 billion. That's still insane to me. And most people really enjoyed it. It's kind of a household name now with younger people, a lot of whom probably didn't know about the original. So I think the everyday person sees Jumanji 2's coming out, and they'll go see it. This is also kind of dependent on the movie actually being good, because that's what seems to help a movie in the long term, rather than just the opening weekend. I think that's what happened with this one. Say, we'll see. I don't think this will be as big as the first, but I still think it's going to pull in a lot of money. Then at number 6, I've got Spider-Man Far From Home. It kind of surprised me how big Homecoming was, because even though it was the MCU, and it's like the most marketable superhero, I feel like there might have been a bit of Spider-Man fatigue since the last reboot wasn't that long ago, and the trailers kind of spoiled everything. But no, everyone went, and almost everyone loved it, and I think the same's gonna happen here. Plus, thanks to that film and Infinity War, I think Tom Holland is the most popular movie Spider-Man to date. With the general public at least. Don't hate me, hardcore Raimi fans. And also, Spider-Man is bigger than ever these days. He's got the Tom Holland stuff, and the video game, and the animated Spider-Verse. Spider-Man's just showing up in a lot of fantastic stuff, and I think that momentum's just gonna lead to more people seeing this. Also, it's the MCU. That's a guaranteed, like, 500 million already. Coming in at number 5 is Toy Story 4, and from here on out on the list, you kind of start to see how 2019 is gonna be Disney's year. To be honest, the reaction to the trailer wasn't as crazy as I was expecting it to be, and I think there might be a little bit of weirdness around this film, of like, why are they making this? They wrapped it up perfectly last time. But still, Disney Pixar, huge franchise, kids movie, it's got all the ingredients for a huge box office hit. And Incredibles 2 just proved that Pixar sequels many years later bring in a lot of money, both from kids and also adults who were kids when the original came out. I mean, kids who saw the first Toy Story in theaters would be close to 30 by now, and kids who watched Toy Story 3 in the cinemas would be in their mid to late teens now, like me. So it's kind of a great formula for getting in a lot of different age groups. At number 4, and this will probably surprise some people how low this is, but I'm going Star Wars Episode 9. I find the progression of Star Wars in the past few years absolutely fascinating. When Force Awakens was coming out, it was such an insane event. The hype leading up to that film was crazy, and a lot of fun to watch and be a part of. Then Rogue One happened, and it was a bit more divisive, and some people started to turn on Force Awakens a bit as time went on. Then the whole Last Jedi controversy happened, where it caused a kind of fanbase divide that I don't think I've ever seen before. And then Solo came out, and bombed? Can we officially say it bombed? I mean, a Star Wars film about one of the most popular characters in the franchise made less than $400 million. It made less than Kingsman. It made less than Rampage.
Ready to do this, buddy?
For what they wanted this film to be, yeah, I'd call that a bomb. And I feel like there's a real Star Wars fatigue now, which again is nuts to me, considering how crazy excited everyone was for this not that long ago. Anyway, that leaves us here with episode 9. And honestly, I don't really know what to make of this. I mean, I don't think it'll bomb, because there were a lot of factors that led to that specific Solo situation, but for the first time in a while, I'm genuinely not sure if a Star Wars film will make $1 billion, because of the state of the franchise. I know something like half the fanbase is upset, and I don't know how that'll affect it, if they'll boycott it or something. Or they will go see it, because J.J. Abrams will throw in some fan service, or maybe change some of the stuff from The Last Jedi that a lot of people didn't like. But, more importantly for the box office, I don't really know how the general public feels about Star Wars anymore. Is it still the kind of brand where a new movie's coming out and people are like, oh yeah, I'll definitely go see that? Solo kind of showed that it's not. Although maybe that's because that was a spin-off and people will go for the main saga, I'm not really sure. So that's why I have it here. It'll definitely make money, but I don't think it'll be the biggest film of the year. Coming in at number 3 is Frozen 2. I mean, this kind of speaks for itself. Frozen is such a huge part of pop culture now. A sequel is going to bring in just all the money. I think they've waited just to the very edge of people completely losing interest in Frozen, and it not being relevant anymore. They've waited right to the end, and now it's happening, and I think people are going to go out in droves. Family movies make a lot of money at the box office, and this is like the ideal family movie. It's Disney, it's a sequel to a film that most kids absolutely love, everyone's going to go see this. Then, in the runner-up spot, this one I could see conceivably being the number 1, but for now I'm keeping it here. I've got The Lion King. I mean, so far, the Disney live-action remakes have been huge, and those have been with Disney films like Alice in Wonderland and The Jungle Book. Now they're remaking arguably their most popular film of all time. Yeah, this is going to be insanely big. I think this might and probably will hit $2 billion. There's not much else to say. I just think the response to that trailer, the way people know and love The Lion King, and the proven track record of these Disney live-action remakes, yes, I'm aware it's not technically live-action, it all culminates with this. This, I think, is the peak, at least box office-wise. So before I get to my number 1 choice, here are some honorable mentions that I think definitely could sneak into the top 10. It 2. First one was a massive hit, especially for an R-rated horror film. And with Pennywise and the story now being really relevant again in pop culture, I can see this being just as massive. Captain Marvel. The MCU films generally make it into the top 10. Only reason this wasn't on the main list is that this year is so competitive, box office-wise, already. Shazam. The Worlds of DC films are a bit hit or miss at the box office, but so far this looks like it's leaning more towards the hit direction. Aladdin. Disney live-action remake, it's gonna make tons of money. I just don't think it'll be as much as The Lion King. Just haven't really felt the same level of hype around this as for that one. Don't get me wrong though, it's still gonna make a lot of money.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Spies in Disguise. The most bizarre trailer twist I've seen in a long time, which I won't spoil here if you haven't seen it. But like I've said, family animated films generally do well at the box office. This one's got Tom Holland and Will Smith. Haven't heard a ton of people talking about it, but I think box office wise, it could be huge. And Joker. This one is the one that I think is the least likely to make it, but still, maybe this could be really big. I'm getting kind of a Venom Deadpool vibe from this. Not in terms of the movie's tone or anything, but the way where it's getting a lot of online hype and attention, and people are crazy about the look, and I don't know. I think there's a slim chance that this could be really big. And then, number 1, a rare case of this being the same as my most anticipated number 1, is Avengers Endgame. I mean, much like number 2 and 3, pretty self-explanatory. Marvel, Avengers, Infinity War was such a huge hit, biggest trailer of all time, etc. Who's not gonna go see this? I've speculated that maybe the more secretive marketing might cut off some of the very casual moviegoers who see the usual Marvel trailers with crazy action and powers and heroes and go see that, and then see this teaser and think, well, that looks kinda dull. But I think based on the franchise alone, and especially Infinity War, I think the general public is there for this, just on the brand alone. I think they could just release nothing, and most casual moviegoers would still go and see it. It's Avengers, it's Marvel, it's arguably the biggest franchise right now. Honestly, at this point, most of the moviegoing public is like a fanbase that Marvel can count on. It's kinda crazy. Also, future marketing will probably have some more action and reveals and that sort of stuff, to a certain extent anyway. So yeah, I imagine this will probably match Infinity War's numbers, or at least get very close. Also, quick note here at the end, at some point in probably March, if I remember to do this, I'll post in a video or on Twitter how my list from last year held up, and if I'm actually getting better at this over the years. Spoilers, I'm probably not. So those were the movies I think will make the most money next year. Do you agree or disagree with my list? Let me know all of your thoughts down below in the comments. While you're at it, be sure to like this video, check out my Instagram and Twitter at BHL_Hudson, check out this podcast about movies and TV and whatnot I do every so often with a friend of mine. It's called The Poorly Planned Podcast, and subscribe for more videos like the one you just watched. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.